I've been on Suboxone for a while, and that absolutely saved my life. And I would definitely recommend getting Suboxone for people, especially when they're closer to active addiction, because basically the way that it worked for me and the way that I watched it work for a lot of people is that at the very beginning, it stops the withdrawal. And also, when you're in active addiction, you end up feeling terrible, but it's after you have the enjoyable part. It's at the end. When you're taking Suboxone, the bad feelings have to start before using, because you have to stop taking Suboxone for multiple days and you feel ill for multiple days just so that you can get high. So you have plenty of time to realize that this is a really bad decision to make. So making you suffer at the front end rather than the back end, that really helps. And it also gives you more time to realize that what you're doing is a bad thing. Because what I found is that when you are in a low place, when you are having a moment where you feel vulnerable to your desires, when the monkey wins, it very often happens because you have just a few moments of going, well, screw life. I just don't even care anymore. I don't have anything to live for, or any number of excuses that your brain comes up with because it wants you to do drugs. So I found that having something that takes this particular high off the table makes it easier for you to not have your brain focus on that all the time. And it makes it so that if you have a moment where you decide, you know what, I don't care, I'm going to go use, I'm going to get high, then you have to actually plan for it. So it's not like you have a few moments where you make one phone call and then before you even really process what you're doing, you've already made this bad decision. It really does help put time in between you and your addiction, which is invaluable. The fact that it makes you so ill to not have Suboxone, that I really think is a helpful thing. It sucks to be addicted to anything and to depend on it to function and feel okay, but having something that you will feel very ill without, that is also blocking this experience, is very helpful. So there are many reasons that I think that Suboxone is a fabulous thing. So all in all, I think that having Suboxone to begin with was a really great thing for me, because I got clean many, many times, and then I'd have just like a moment of weakness or something really bad would happen. I've been through some difficult things in my life, which I will get more into on the channel. The point is, Suboxone doesn't take away all of your temptations, but it does give you freedom in a very, very important area and allows your brain to start to rewire with your habits. And it really does give you the ability to walk away from something that is incredibly deadly, and that is opioid addiction. So I do not regret having been on Suboxone. It really did save my life, and it allowed me to create a life where I care if something happens to me, because before I didn't really feel like I had that much to live for. So now I have a life that I love, I like who I am, and I was physically addicted to Suboxone. I was like, what do I do to be able to get off of this medication that I'm now physically addicted to, but now my head is right and I don't want to use drugs anymore, so I don't need it anymore. And then Sublocade entered to be my hero. So in short, I'm definitely glad that I took Suboxone for the period of time that I did, but I am very, very happy to be done with it.